just sign next to you. No wasting time, can you tell me the truth? I'm feeling you, yeah, I'm feeling you. Oh, oh, be honest, tell me what's on your mind. Oh baby, when I lay my eyes on you from afar, I could swear I thought you fell from the stars.
Hi friends, if you're new here, my name is Rebecca. I am a 9-to-5 work girly, aspiring author, content creator, a mouthful, I know, and welcome to my AuthorTube channel. I am currently working on my debut novel. It's tentatively titled Project Eden. It's what I have been calling a 90s East Coast autumn ghost story. If you want to read a working blurb, I will have it listed in the description. But if you're not new, hey, hi, it's so nice to see you again. I have filmed this intro, I don't know how many times. Hated every single one of them. I think I needed a much more chill filming setup. I think I was psyching myself out, which you would think after a year of making videos would not be the case, but here we are. Listen, I have a lot to update you on. I thought it would be really fun to show you guys how I'm juggling everything that I'm doing, because as I mentioned here, it's a lot. But let's start with a writing update, because first and foremost, this is a writing channel. So for those of you that don't know, I challenged myself to add 30,000 words to the second draft of my book in the month of April. It is April 24th, and we are at 28,922 words. We are definitely gonna crush that 30,000 word goal, and I'm really proud of myself. I feel like I've learned a lot, but I wanna save those reflections for a different video. I have a tentative goal of 90,000 words for this draft, which I think should actually be what we hit, maybe 95. I think there's about 25,000 words left of this draft, and we are on chapter 17. We are about to hit the dark night of the soul. The bad guys are closing in. I think my goal of overall just adding structure, plot, conflict to this draft is we're gonna check all three. We're gonna check all three, and we're gonna feel really good about it. And I'm really proud of myself, honestly, for doing anything like this. I tried to do this during Nano last year, and it just did not happen. In this vlog, we are going to be writing. Technically, I had written on Monday and Tuesday, which were supposed to be 2 off days for me for writing, but I ended up adding quite a few words during those 2 days. So I don't have to write today, but I am going to. If you've watched my previous videos, you may have noticed that I said like, oh, it's just like the first half that needs to get rewritten. Lie. False. We were all bamboozled. The whole thing needs to be rewritten. There's a couple sections that I managed to save here near the end because it is a lot closer to what I originally envisioned, but I am mostly redrafting, I would say about 90% of this book, which is fine. I think that's just how my brain works anyway. Like I have to do something new. I can't just write on top of old writing, but we're in a good spot. As I mentioned, juggling everything that I do can get a little overwhelming sometimes, and my goal is always to write before anything else. But I think that since we are so close to goal, a few days ahead of schedule, I can breathe a little bit. But I think what I really wanted to do with this vlog was show some of the other things that I work on, because you guys saw me write like crazy in the last vlog as well. I haven't posted to my Substack in a really long time, and I really miss it. I miss writing for fun like that. I mean, writing Eden is also fun, but it's different, you know? I'm also trying to work on developing my Instagram and being way more active over there, sharing snippets of Eden, updating like what people know about it and things like that, and also just kind of use it as a tool that I haven't been using it as before, as well as like staying consistent with like video editing, because I need to film today and tomorrow to have a video for Saturday. So there's just like a lot of things that I have to think about that I've just kind of been neglecting, to be completely honest, in favor of writing. And the high of being able to hit this goal has certainly been worth chasing, but there's other things that I also have to take care of. And I'm also working 9 to 5. It's like a little bit before 9 a.m. right now, and I've had to do a lot and had to get up really early to balance everything, just because I am a morning person. I prefer to get things, let me not lie, I'm not a morning person, but I just prefer to get things done as soon as possible and out of the way for the rest of the day. So that's where we're at. It's a beautiful day outside. It feels like the first real day of spring. Everything is blooming. The trees have little buds and or are starting to have leaves on them again. I feel as though I may really regret it if I don't go outside at some point today. So I am going to work get some work done here in the morning, and then probably after lunch I will take you guys with me to the park to do some more work, and then possibly do some writing and or work on some of the other things that I mentioned. So join me as I try to feel like a real human being this week. Please go watch it. This is not how I wanted to film the update, but I forgot the little receiver to my microphone. So this is just what we're rocking with, okay? Okay. Vlogging in public is so humiliating. Anyway, okay. I have been reading. I have been working. I finished up one newsletter to go out at the end of this month on my Substack. And then I thought of 2 other ones for the month of May, which I'm really excited about. So I feel like content-wise, we're moving. We're firing on all cylinders. I did some work on a big work project while I was in the cafe and while I was sitting out here. Sometimes it's nice to work without internet because then I don't get distracted. I've just been sitting outside. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous outside. It's like 75 and sunny and breezy, and the park is beautiful. It smells gorgeous because everything is blooming. I'm having a really nice time sitting outside. I should probably have some lunch at some point, I can't lie. I'm just not hungry yet. So I think I'm gonna sit out here for a little while longer and then probably head home at some point, but I can't see too well because of the glare from the sun, so hopefully this isn't like the worst angle in the world, but who cares? We're having fun. I can literally feel my will to live returning to my body now that winter is over. I'll check in with you guys later. guys, it is Friday. It's a little bit after 1 o'clock and it is raining like crazy here today. Insane the way that the weather here changes like on a dime. However, I think last night was really productive. I didn't show it honestly because I was just a little tired and I didn't feel like whipping my camera out. But after I finished work, Edwin and I hung out on the sofa for a little bit. We watched that movie. Companion could have been better. I think they revealed way too much too soon and then it just turned into a completely different movie. While we watched the movie, I worked on getting all of the links for my Substack to go out. I did all of the banners for it. I do need to schedule it. I responded to some emails about brand sponsorships, which I will just say that is not the norm. I just was deciding to be proactive last month about some sponsorships and they just came into fruition this month. I was just kind of finalizing some stuff there, sending over some analytics and things, as well as my rates. I worked on the tasks that I needed to get done today and then this weekend. This weekend's not a lot, but there were a couple things that I wanted to make sure that I finished today. I also edited this video for a little bit. Also had to do some brainstorming for the chapter that I'm currently working on, which is what I worked on this morning. Remember how I said that nothing from the second half of what I had previously written was salvageable? I may have spoken too soon. There are some bits that are salvageable. The tough thing that I have with that is that I always find it hard because I'm not in the flow of writing that prose, picking up where it left off and starting anew. So this writing session that I had this morning, I actually wrote with Mick and Ari. It was a little difficult. It felt like pulling teeth. I'm also in the point of the story where the bad guys are closing in. This section is always really tricky for me because I don't have literal bad guys closing in. It's more of like an internal and slightly external like antagonist doing some stuff off page, but we are making our way through it. Also, I think I cut out 2 chapters entirely because I ended up condensing some stuff. So now I think there's only like 24 chapters in the book and I'm on chapter 16, 17. I don't know. I switched some stuff around. I have just been busy working since then. Edwin and I grabbed some lunch. I have a few work things that I need to finish up today. I need to finish editing this vlog today. I need to get it scheduled and ready to go out tomorrow. I do want to write a little bit. I didn't hit 1,500 words for today. I hit about 921. So I would love to get one more writing session in this afternoon. And Edwin has a haircut like right after work is over. So I might capitalize on the time that I'm alone to just lock in. The other thing I think that's really tough about where I'm at right now with the story is that Laurel is interacting with someone that should have sort of been haunting her narrative up until this point. And I didn't do a really good job of weaving that in because I was so focused on plot. I wasn't really I was focusing on big plot stuff. I was not focusing on little plot stuff, which makes scenes like this a little bit trickier. So what I'm having to do is actually word dump a lot on the page and like be very literal and transparent about what they're thinking, what they're feeling, all this sort of stuff, which I've been doing for the entirety of the draft. So my intention is that when I jump into the next round of revisions and I do these very in-depth character studies for the world that I've created and the people that I've created, it will hopefully be easier to understand motivations and add some subtext and some like nuance to the things that are happening. And I don't think I'll have to completely redraft to do that. I think I will just have to take it scene by scene. I basically spent also a good chunk of this morning like outlining some revision, some big revision stuff that I need to do. So it's all work in a positive direction, but it is still quite a bit of work that I need to do in this next draft. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work and then I will check in with you guys later.
Helped me out the most with being consistent in my writing for target that I have to hit every single day would only influence me. So I did not do that. If ever know you really don't want to write and you just don't, or you sit down at your computer to write, you put all these expectations on yourself, you have to be consistent, is to let your writing take lots of different forms. So when I say that I'm working on my novel, that I'm having a writing day, that doesn't always mean that this
So we just broke our 30,000 word goal for April, 5 days ahead of schedule. Listen, I'm stoked. Okay, so the draft is officially at 68,400 words. I was able to salvage most of chapter 16. I'm sorry, it's now chapter 16. It still needs a lot of work. And I was also able to salvage some words for chapter 17, where we are officially in the dark night of the soul. I added 3,475 words between my writing session this morning and now. I feel so good. Okay, again, these passages need a lot of work, and I'm probably going to tackle them at some point. I did a little bit of editing right now. I just like lightly went through them to fix as much as I could to get it as close to what I have set up already, but they're still gonna need like a lot of work. But for right now, chapter 16 is done. We're moving on to the new chapter 17. We have 8 chapters left of draft 2. Hello. It's much later. It's 8:30. I don't have a lot of B-roll between when I last checked in with you and right now because I have just been editing this video ever since I finished my writing session and ever since I had dinner with Edwin. I am so sorry if this video was not as like cute or aesthetic or as maybe entertaining as I would have liked it to be, but I wanted to show a much more realistic look at what it's like to balance everything that I do. And while normally I've been kind of ahead of schedule with things, I've been filming on the weekends and having all the footage ready and editing slowly throughout the week. This is what happened to me on a week when I didn't do that, because sometimes on the weekends I need a break. I need a break, I need to relax, I need to chill, and I'm allowed to give that to myself. We got so much work done. I got some newsletters finished and planned. We hit our writing goal for April, which is insane. I think I'm going to take the next 5 days to just relax and not write. We got this video filmed. We got it edited. I'm actually going to spend some time working on the script for a different video that I've been wanting to do probably for the last like year and that I've been promising for a while. And I really want to get that done. So this frees me up to be able to do that and actually like think ahead for my videos for next month. Nothing makes me feel more prepared than when I know what videos I'm going to be putting out for the next month. Thank you so much for watching to the end of the video. I hope this was at least exciting or entertaining in some way, shape, or form. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, feel free to leave a little drink emoji. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing. I post new videos every single Saturday at 10 a.m. If you'd also like to stay up to date on my newsletter, you can go ahead and also check that out in the description down below. It's in the margins, and I'm hoping to update that about twice a month. Fingers crossed. That was my goal when I started. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!